Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bullhucker Podcast. Now I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Adam Vokey.
What's up, Adam Vokey?
Not a lot. What's up, man?
Where we at, man?
We are at the Brush Emporium.
In the bowels of the Brush Emporium.
At Bullhucker Studios.
Bullhucker Studios, man. Welcome back, dude.
Welcome.
Missed you for a couple episodes. You've been, God only knows where the fuck you've been.
I've been in Kansas and Nebraska. I'm going to be in Nebraska again next week.
Oh my God, it's like a curse.
Yeah. Averaging that 5,000 miles a month, man.
Here's the deal. We can't say too much bad about Nebraska because our guest today has a lot of family ties in Nebraska.
I can say all kinds of shit about Nebraska because I have an ex-wife and an ex-fiance from there.
You win. John Hastings, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Who's in Nebraska? His grandma and...
Well, it's my aunt and, my aunt and her husband's in Nebraska.
Well, there's any women, don't introduce him to Adam because he's not Nebraska friendly.
No, not.
He don't like the Nebraska poo nanny.
I like it. He just don't like me after a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Nebraska girls find me repulsive just like Colorado girls. So it's all the same shit to me, John, you know. Mm. How are you, John Hastings?
Wonderful. How are you guys?
Good. I know John I don't remember not knowing John. It's been that long.
Since we was kicking rocks, I
think. We were young. Mm-hmm. I got a funny story about you that I always remember. Tell it real quick. Starting off, we were in 7th grade, and we're just learning to play football with pads on. And John had a temper back in the day. You know what I'm saying? John's
still there.
So John took us around, and it was Mr. Mages was our coach. Remember him?
Oh, Larry. Yep.
Larry Mages.
Science teacher.
And he and John was, I think you were the guard or something. You were playing line at the time next to me. And he came up and he started yelling. He started screaming, getting in everybody's face. And he's like, I come up to you, I chuck you. And John hauls off and hits him. I mean, just knocks him on his ass. He was like, am I wearing pads, you idiot? Do you remember that?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yep.
Am I wearing pads, you idiot? And I was like... Yeah, do you remember we had to run? Remember that, John?
Yeah, we ran because of my fuse.
Do you know fuck John Hastings makes a great cadence when you're running?
Yeah, they were a little hot after me that day. But
do you remember that?
Vaguely. You know, I got in a fight with a math teacher when we were in 7th grade together, so I got held back into my brother's grade. So, yeah, he's 13 months younger than me, so I got to go back and do 7th grade again. So I had the whole damn process all over again. So it was a little easier, but a little harder. But
yeah. Like Irish twins almost, right?
Oh, man.
Irish twins.
Yeah.
But hey, before we get any further, if you're new to the podcast, welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast. What we do here is we bring on a guest. Today is John Hastings. John's going to tell us 3 stories about his life. Now, here's the kicker. Only 2 of these stories is true. One's either borrowed, made up, or partially made up. It's an embellished story. So we're not going to ask you what it is. We're going to shoot from the hip because, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Our odds don't go up either way. So we're equally horrible at this. And at the end of the podcast, Adam and I are going to try and guess which one of your stories is not the completely or the true one. It's not the right. So I still got to do the math from 2023, man. I know I did bad. I'm sandbagging this so bad right now, John. I think Vokey might have had a stellar year, but
I was on a little bit of a run and then I tanked.
Yeah, it's so hard. So, John, are you ready to start telling some stories, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot. I'm still getting used to this fact that we have sponsors now for the Bullhucker Podcast.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, Magic Bean. Have you been to Magic Bean yet?
Yes, once.
You have a coffee mug now to go take to Magic Bean and fill up with coffee. Yeah. Okay. Magic Bean, they're at the block. It's the old country stakeout in Fort Morgan. Megan Orcutt runs it. It's a brand new family-owned coffee shop. Lots of room there to hang out with your friends. They're closed Monday and Tuesday, but they're open Wednesday through Sunday, right, on the weekends, which is really a big thing. Like I said, it's not this corporate thing you get everybody else. Mm-hmm. They got like little knickknacks in there and all kinds of magical stuff, you know, to come
Good
shop.
Coffee.
Great coffee. You know, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I went in the other day to talk about mugs and stuff, and I said, you know what? Make me something. And they had Friends Trivia, I guess, the night before. It was some moo latte she made me, and I was like, well, it's dessert is what it is, but I mean, it's delicious. So please check them out. You can catch them at the Block Commissary. Just head in there, like I said, Wednesday through Sunday. You'll see Megan, and you'll see Bella Bolin, she does all the sweet treats,
the sugar beet treats.
And I mean, holy shit, I'd be dead without feet right now if I lived with Bella Bolin. I mean,
don't forget about Barry Strand though, because Barry's up there too, and he's got the restaurant now, and he does cooking classes and stuff like that there in the block. Yep.
Little Town Bakery's also in there where they make donuts every morning, and they sell out, man. They sell out. We were hanging around at work one day, and Jerry Cage, what's up, Jerry? Said, I'm going to go get some donuts from Matt's wife's place. And I was like, you better call ahead, 9:30. They were out, man. They had cash.
She was at Juan's at little
yep.
At Village Liquor.
Village Liquor.
And I saw Juan's
What's up,
post.
Juan?
She had been there for like 36 minutes, and I show up. She's like, I got like a strawberry, maple bacon. And I was like, all right, just give me like 3 donuts of whatever you got left. And she was done like after that. So
I got squirrel nut flavor. I got a half-eaten one. I mean, but anyway, check her out. Please make sure you support them. They're great people. And like I can't push the word family-owned enough, right?
Right.
Just a family-owned coffee shop. She's been a barista for years and years and years. So please check out Megan Orcutt. Please go check out the Magic Bean. All right. Back to the podcast. Johnny, you ready to tell some stories?
Yeah.
Let's do this,
I'm
man.
ready.
You want to read them off at them?
alrighty, we got NJC Party, Jim's Tree Friend. That's all one. X Saloon Chuck, and Sheldon Nightmare.
All right. Am I picking or you picking, my man?
You can pick.
All right, John. Do you want to tell these in any specific order, or you mind if we pick?
You can pick them. I don't care.
All right. These are all pretty good. Pretty good. I know your brother Jim, so I'm going to hold that. Yeah,
It's got to get the readers out. Come on now.
I can't be mad.
Yeah,
I got
go.
context. Yeah. You know, I don't know how guys like me made it without cell phones, where you can just click it on, like take a screenshot and enlarge everything.
You know how many times before I got my glasses, I would go through a drive-through, I would take a picture of the menu, and then zoom that bitch up so I could actually read what the hell it was. That's why I go to McDonald's and Taco Bell. I know that menu by heart.
Cheesy beef burrito, please.
But I was at like Carl's Jr. one night. I'm like, what the hell does that say? I'm like, click, zoom. Oh, yeah, that looks good.
We're getting
$9.99.
We're getting off track here, but Uncle Ed, once a month I take him up. He's got his shot in his eye. He only has one eye, right? He had eye cancer.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little blurry when we leave there, and we went to Smash Burger. Well, we've never been there, either one, which is okay, by the way. But anyway.
I feel the same way about
They're
it.
better when you hand make them.
Yeah. But he could read the menu. I said, hey, man, he's kind of like, has a hard time seeing. Can you come back there? They let him walk behind the counter, and I sat there like a little boy staring at the fucking thing. They're like, the cook's like, who's the old man? I'm like, he's ready to read the menu, you asshole. He's not 24 like you prick. So, all right. NJC Party, Jim Tree Friend, X Saloon Chuck, and Sheldon's. But let's just do X Saloon Chuck.
Okay. This one takes place. I was, it's about 19, almost 20 years ago. I was at shoeing school, and we'd get done. We'd shoe horses Monday through Thursday and have Fridays off. And so Thursday nights we'd usually go to X Saloon or down to this bar. The other one down Kipling. Anyway, it's a little hangout we used to go to. But we went down to X Saloon because Willie B and everybody was down there.
From KBPI.
Yeah. So, there's usually a big show, and I was single back then. There's a lot of tail running around, so we wanted to go. Well, the 2-3 guys they lived in an apartment complex just to the north of there. Anyway, one of them was Cliff, and this little rugby player.
What's up, Cliff?
Yeah, Cliff Morehouse. This dude, he's got forearms about like me, but he's about 5'2", maybe, and I mean like a bulldog. I wasn't scared of nothing. Rugby player, turned Farrior. So, and then there's Chuck. He's like Larry. No,
handsome.
He's like Adam.
Say handsome.
Just a monster.
Even better looking.
And this guy has no front teeth. So I was kind of worried about that whole process anyway. But he got him kicked out by a horse in Pennsylvania. Chuck had this pain tolerance of this dude. I think he hit him with an axe, and he'd still stand there. But Vern, the other guy, big old tall Indian from the Taos Pueblo reservation, they paid for him to come up to shoeing school, so he stayed there. Well, this is my first experience with Vern and kind of sort of with Chuck. Well, Vern is an Indian, and he drinks. Holy crap, I've never seen anybody put down vodka like and this guy was maybe 160 pounds and 6'6". And he put down 2 liters by the time we got done.
And what time span?
In probably 3 hours.
2 liters of vodka.
2 liters. I shit you not. And it is. I'm not kidding. He wasn't standing by the end of the second one, but just to sit there and drink straight skull vodka. But I don't know how anybody want to do that. That's like rubbing alcohol.
Right.
But
Yeah.
anyway, we go in and we're having fun, and this is about a bottle into Vern's episode. Well, he wasn't scared of girls either, so he was over there hitting on about anything and everything. Well, we got baby Chuck over there on the bar, and he's sitting there watching, and then we got Cliff. Cliff doesn't have small man syndrome, but he will scrap with anything that walks. So they got Vern and Cliff, and they're feeling good and running around chasing ladies. I look up, and it's me and Chad, and we're sitting there playing pool, having fun. We look up, and Chuck's got Cliff up by the collar, and he's got Vern over his shoulder, and we're headed to the door. No, what's happening, I have no damn idea, but we're leaving. Right. Well, anyway, I hit the door, we get the door, and next thing we know, we got 10, 15 people running out the door. Well, apparently, we'd had a little bit of problem in the back. Yeah. Vern had socked some dude that thought he was making out with his girlfriend, that he was already drunk, and it wasn't his girlfriend because he didn't have a girlfriend, but he thought he had a girlfriend. So we had the whole line out anyway. The next thing we know, we got 4 cop cars coming around. Cliff and Vern are passed out. By then, we got them shoved in the apartment, and me and Chuck are outside just trying to fend off the violent attack. It was hauling ass across the X-Loom parking lot to go over there to that deal. It was a very violent run, but it was kind of fun. Yeah. I don't know. My experience at X-Loom was brief, but you know, it was good while it lasted. It was about maybe half hour, I think. But yeah, that's one story anyway that I couldn't think of many, but that was one of the funniest and violent times that I had at shoeing school. But the other one was what was it? The other bar I'm trying to think of, I'm drawing a brain fart. I think it's caused with old age, but it was along the same lines as that place is always going in and have fun. But yeah, that's about it on that story. So
you keep saying shoeing school. Mm-hmm. Tell them what you do for a living, John.
I'm a ferry, not a farrier, not a ferry, but
if it's your horse, anyway. If it's your horse,
yes.
Oh, those shoes are going to do. I bought much better shoes for him.
Yeah, no, farrier, just pretty much a horse hoof podiatrist. I do work for his boss. I work on all his horses, and here in Morgan, I go all over doing it, and it's been about a 19-year career now. So
I gotta be honest. I guess I didn't realize that required school. I mean, so I don't know dick about horses. I was a city kid, so when that's why I bring this guy. You know. Yeah. But so the horse, can you tell their health by their feet? Is that gonna?
You can tell if a horse, a founder is. It's one of the big things with a horse, and you can tell how a founder will run by their foot. If it separates on the bottom, you go to trim it, you'll see heat rings in the foot. You'll see separation in the laminal wall, which is, I go into a whole bunch of different stuff, but a foot is a walking thermometer for a horse. So you've got to know how to trim the foot, balance the foot, and that's the thing is anatomy. The whole thing is pretty much like being a doctor, but I went to probably 14 weeks of school up there, and then traveled with some guys, and
learn as you go on the job.
Mm-hmm. Huh. You do. I mean, it's like anything. I mean, you go and you learn and go to clinics and go to different things to learn and keep going, and it's fun. It's trying at times. I think dealing with the people's the hardest part sometimes versus the horses. The horses are usually pretty good.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of money for horses, right? I mean, you're dealing with people's investments, right?
You are, and they, if they don't have a foot, you can't ride them. No foot, no horse. Right. That's what we kind of live by. If you screw one up, it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, and it haunts me. And it's like, every time I pick up a foot or I'm around those people, it's those horses are like my kids.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to take care of them and do best by them. You know, but I'm not perfect, and it's
nobody is,
and it's hard enough job being bent over underneath a 900 to 2,200 pound animal.
That skinny girl I've made love to. Yeah. Oh, hey, come on now. That's cool though, John.
But it's fun.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Sure ain't a hand model by the end of the day, but you know.
My best friend from high school went to shoeing school in Kansas. I think it was in Cimarron, down there somewhere around Garden City, Dodge City.
Yeah.
And so he did that for a while. He doesn't do it full time anymore. He has a full time job, then does it like on the side or
I got you.
whatever. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I remember a friend of my dad's when the Farrior would come out. I loved being out there watching. I found it was really interesting. So
it's fun. I don't know. I have a lot of fun doing it, and it's steel. I mean, yeah, you wake up and you can't get out of bed in the morning because your back's hurting. And I've already had a back surgery. I crushed this in the hydraulic gate. I've had 2 knee surgeries. Everybody says, "What the hell are you doing shooting horses?" It's like, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you subside the pain and just go about your job. Right. You know, and
another thing is like with the shoes, you have to like almost be like a blacksmith of sorts to get those to you heat them and bend them and hammer them and get them to fit the
you do. And there's
properly.
There's guys that cold bang shoes, and there's guys that they use the forge. And I cold bang for a long time, and my elbows and my shoulders are just. There'll be days I can't hardly get my hand or get my arm up over my shoulder, and it bugged me. So I got back into the forge, and that's where I kind of screwed up because that's what I learned how to do is at school because that's all we did. We had middle of the spring, and we got 17, 18 forges going in a room probably 20 by, no, not even 20, it's probably 15 by 30.
Yeah.
And it's a brick cinder block insulated building, and holy crap. You don't talk about a good weight loss program. Not now, but, it's back then it was pretty good. I got remarried, and holy crap, I got a little loose in the sides because she's a good cook.
I'm thinking I should go to shoeing school if you can lose weight.
Oh, you drip it. I mean, we did. We just, and it is in the summer, spring, summer, and fall, you're wringing wet. Yeah. There's days I'll go through 2-3 shirts a day. Jeez. And either that or you smell like an old sheep herder when you get done. It's pretty stinky.
I think I smell like an old sheep herder when I start, so it's what you do,
Yeah.
That was a stinky fellow. What did you think about that one, Boke?
It's pretty good. Pretty good story. I was visualizing the whole one over his shoulder and one in his hand going to the door type deal.
Oh, man.
That dude is a monster. I'm not joking. He's the head. He's the head. They have different areas for sombrero ranches. Well, sombrero ranches are they have a big deal. If you go to the Cope Dairy, or Daisy Lane, that when you go over the hill and crest the hill and you go down to the bottom, right before you get to the dairy, those corrals off the left side, that's sombrero corrals. That's their pastures over there.
It's named something else now.
It's Colorado Horse Company or something like that.
No,
but
it's got a cool name like Van Halen or something. It's like something.
Is that what they renamed the?
It renamed it something. Next time I go, I'll text it to you.
Yeah.
So I drove by like it's something. It's a cool name like Coronas. It's something like I don't know, but
he runs one of the ranches now. He's their head shoer for quite a long time, and that's where we learned a lot of through the school. And I'll go back to that, but. When we went to school, that's the main supply of horses that we'd go up and work on. Because, when you got 2,800 head of horses, or if not more than that, you need a lot of help to get the iron and stuff on these horses. So it was like free reign. We'd go up there, and that's where we learned a lot of our stuff. And Chuck was there in my class, so he ended up getting a job with them, and he's from Pennsylvania. So it was a good deal, but... And you wouldn't think this guy'd be a horseshoer to look at this guy. He's like Adam. He's a monster, just big strapping dude. But if it looked like Baby Huey with a big old tall Indian on his shoulder and this little. He's got the rugby dude up by his collar, and I'm like, yeah, I guess we're going, Chad. And he's like, okay.
in Pueblo, there's a bar called Hoch's. And Hoch's was cool on Monday nights because it was, what they call it, basically it was a night where, service industry night, where all the bartenders from all the other like clubs and stuff would go. And it was, the whole bar was about the big as like the club tap room. Built the same, right? Long and
Yeah.
And it was cool because there's a bunch of bar help in there that had a good time. Everybody's just there to have a good time. You didn't get a lot of fights, but every now and again you did. And there was a dude probably bigger than you. You know, he's big, Spanky. Everybody called him Spanky. always wore overalls. You know, but because like
shirt on.
No, he had a shirt on. But,
okay.
but he'd just sit there by the front door, and if you pissed him off, he'd drag your ass out. I know Spanky. He was one of those like tough man competition guys. You know what I mean? But he's just a big farm kid. You know. Yeah. But every time you say that, that's what I think about Spanky. And he'd drag him out, and we'd cheer and laugh, and you know what I mean? Because everyone loves Spanky, and no one's going to say shit to him because he's going to whip your ass if you do. But, but it was fun. I enjoyed that story because it reminds me of being young. When I ran with a pack of single people in Pueblo for a long time because I worked at a nightclub. I was a bartender. Yeah. And it was fun. On our days off, we'd go all over the place together. You know what I mean? And I'm not a fighter, never have been, never will be. I'm just not good at it, you know. But my buddies I hung out with, some of them loved to scrap, you know. And so I just drink my Yukon Jack by the door, and I'd cheer him on, and he'd kick some ass, brother. Go, Kelly, go. And it just reminds me of those days. I'd have to drag them out sometimes, like time to go, because I think they call them cops, time to go, you know. Yeah. But that's why I like that story. It brings back old memories.
Yukon Jack?
Oh, buddy.
Fucking Yukon Jack and Mountain Dew.
Yukon Jack and Mountain Dew. Why do I call it that, Adam?
Yukon do it.
Yukon do it.
You couldn't do anything when you're doing that.
Oh, bud. I tell you what, Yukon Jack is a magic.
Yeah,
he could turn me to nighttime Larry. Like, boop. Like, yeah, it's.
We did. Speaking of Yukon, this big dude, Sean Clark, a buddy of mine. He's out here. We working at the sale barn. Yeah. You know, we got to drinking that. And I don't know how in the hell we drank it anyway, but that's what we drank it with, was Mountain Dew, too. And here a few years ago, we stopped off and got some shooters at Eastside and reliving memories or something, and he picked that up for some damn reason. And I don't know how long I've been sitting in that little shooter bottle, but I hit come up my nose, and I thought I was on fire. Holy crap.
It was after a comedy show, and Allison Gurrell and Stephanie Griggs. Remember that?
I remember that.
We were at the Queen Lounge, and I was talking about Yukon Jack, and Stephanie goes, "What's Yukon Jack?" And I was like, "Let me get you a shot."
You're about to find out.
That poor girl spent the next hour and a half trying not to throw it up. I mean, like breathing. Like,
we left there. It was like 2 bars later. She said there, pretty soon she go,
yeah.
It's not tequila. Kind of.
I'm like that voodoo chief when you go in the jungle. He's like, "You drink now," you know. And as you start to turn into an animal, he's just all happy, y'all. That's me, dude. I drank a lot of Yukon Jack in my day, man. That was my go-to drink for a long time.
It was. They got me drinking it.
You're tough, old man.
I did get you drinking it for a while.
Yeah, remember when I lost all that weight? I'd lost like 110 pounds. Started drinking that shit at Comedy Works one night. I went on stage. I was fucked up. I couldn't remember my set. It was tough. I don't even know if I knew where the crowd was for sure.
Buddy, you're talking to the wall like,
it was not good.
I almost got that tattoo at one point in time, the black sheep of Canadian whiskeys, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, God bless you.
That shit made me puke in my washer one night. So anyway, moving on.
2020 days.
That was excellent, my friend.
That was excellent, Chuck.
Pick the next one.
Let's go with let's do Sheldon Nightmare.
Sheldon Nightmare.
There's another bar story. And I bounced in a few bars. I bounced at the Gambler, bounced at the Oasis in Denver, the strip bar up there for a little bit. And then that was during shooting school, too, to make a little bit more money.
Is that the black building on 70?
Yeah, 70 in Pecos.
With all the palm trees in it?
Yeah, we had a little gang fights and shit.
Been there.
Yeah, it was friendly.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, but how I got the job, I was in there for a birthday in October. It was my birthday. So, guys, where do you want to go? And I drove by it every day going to shooting school because I was driving from here to Lakewood every day. Oh, let's go try it out. Went in there. Guy at the door meets me, and I look at him. He goes, "Hastings, what the hell are you doing?" It was Ron Graneri. Ron Graneri is dad to Steve Granary. Well, I wrestled with the guy.
What's up, Ron
coached
Granary?
me. Yeah, well, Ron passed away.
Okay.
But
Heavenly, what's up, Ron Granary?
Yep.
I'm on a bad streak, dude.
but
You
it's,
are.
it's all right.
Maybe you should stop doing shout outs.
But yeah, so I got the job in there doing that. But long story short, around the whole story world there, but I ended up after shoeing school going to Sheldon, Missouri to live with my aunt and uncle, help them down there and shoe horses, and it was a pretty good time. But I had this little hole-in-the-wall bar that is in Sheldon that's made of rocks, the rock walls and stuff. Pretty cool place. Long and skinny, the whole bar. Had two places to get out, one at the east and one at the west end. Little doors. Take somebody out the door. It was very difficult because you had a long way to go if you're one way, and you had a really long way to go the other way. So, I'm in about 4 months down there, living down there, and my cousin he was in the guard, so the lady that managed the bar, her son went to the guards with him, so I was like, hey, Mom needs some help. You want to come in here and do this, Brian? Brian's like, no, I'm too busy doing shit. Well, hey, you want to do it? And I'm like, whatever. And back there, they didn't pay very well to begin with, but it was like $200 a night, something like that, but it wasn't bad. And I go start working. I'd been there a couple months and got to know a lot of people, a lot of the regulars, all that stuff, fun bouncer life. You're sober, watching drunk idiots falling on the floor and, having to call the cops, somebody puking in the dealer, and you can't get their head out of the damn toilet because they're too damn drunk. Well, one night, I don't know, I'd shod horses down south, closer to Lamar, and back to the east a little bit, and it was a guy that worked for my buddy's friend, and he's in there with a couple of his buddies. They're shooting pool, and I got this place is old, and I don't know, they hadn't done much remodeling. Well, there's ceiling fans up above and lights up above the pool tables, and they had some different lights up above them too. So this one was sitting there, it was squawking. I thought the paddles were going to come flying off one night in the middle of the night, so I'm working on it. Well, they weren't cleanly people down there too bad, so a bunch of the shit from the top of the fan fell on this idiot that was drunk. He's a little smaller than me, not much, but he'd been drinking all damn night, and they'd overserved him. Then I kept telling them to shut him off, and they wouldn't. Somebody else buy him a beer. So I was going to take him out anyway. And he ends up getting about this far from my damn nose. And my fuse, like Larry said earlier, we had back then I was kind of angry anyway because I just got divorced, so I didn't really give a shit. I was going to poke somebody in the head anyway. Well, this dumbass gets up there and he just nose bumps me, and I'm like, ugh, not in bouncer form, don't take it, just take him out the door. Shit, no, I lateral dropped this son of a bitch on his head. Well, then we proceed to go to the door. Well, then three of his buddies jump on the back of me, and one of them's got me by the throat, the other one's got me by the legs, choking the shit out of me, got me bent over the back of the damn pool table, punching my guts out, and all that's doing is pissing me off. Well, I get a hold of the one guy and finally get him off of me. Well, next thing I know, my legs are going out from underneath me because my cousin's friend, his best friend he went to high school with, he is about 4 of me. I mean, this dude is freaking arms and just a big bastard. Well, he'd been in the guards too. And he finally figured out who I was. I was Brian's cousin. Well, him and Brian are like brothers. He takes that son of a bitch and by the legs and commences, not thinking about he's still got a hold of my legs underneath the pool table. He does that. Well, I go flying forward, smack my damn head on the other damn pool table. Got a little perma bump there on my damn eyeball from that one. But yeah, it was quite an entertaining deal. And the guy that was supposed to be backing me up, he's That guy couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag if you asked him to. But he was the guy standing behind the women at the bar. And I look up there after I get up and all the chaos is out. We got everybody out and the cops got everybody arrested and thrown in the damn slammer, and he's back there.
Yeah.
I mean, literally shaking behind the boss. And this story goes just to the bouncer side of it. But anyway, that's about 2 nights later. He'd been 86. Once you do that, you can't come back in. Well,
list of the damned.
Yeah. Get the hell out. Don't come back in, dum-dum. Yep. Well, this guy decides he's going to come back in. And this time the owner's owner is there. And I didn't know it then, but he's like some kind of kung fu guru down there or whatever. And this guy, he could kick shit off the top of your head and just stand flat-footed. And I don't care how tall you were. He was amazing athlete. But this guy wheels around and tags this sucker right in that freaking temple. Out like a tater. Right outside the door. Slams the door, calls the cops. Okay, come pick up this dumbass. He tried trespassing. Well, the dude wasn't moving. All they had to do was just put cuffs on him, and he's just laying there.
Yeah, makes it easy.
Yeah, it was probably the easiest arrest the Butler County Sheriff had that day. But yeah, that was about the end of that one. But that was it was a good bouncer story.
Actually, he used to bounce too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down in Lamar.
Yeah.
That's a good place to go bounce.
So.
Yeah.
You
should get a little bit happy on that one too. Yeah. It's like Roadhouse. Well, see, that place too, Roadhouse is actually filmed in whatever the hell it's.
I thought it was New Mexico.
No, they formed it out of the town in Missouri, which down by Carthage, and it's in between Carthage and Lamar. And I can't remember what that freaking town was, but these guys thought every bar was like Roadhouse, so you had to go fight in the goddamn things when you're in there. So being a bouncer in there, it was a daily thing to scrub some dude's head on the damn bricks and take him outside. But it was, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What did you think about that, Vogue?
Brought back some bouncer memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was down in Lamar, Colorado, not Missouri.
Yeah.
The bar that I was at was called Opal's Pub, but prior to me working there, it was called the Bloody Bucket because there was someone getting stabbed in that thing almost every weekend.
That's hilarious. I worked at Pepper's nightclub in Pueblo, Colorado. Now, not a lot of rednecks in there, but there's every cholo in town, bro. Oh my God! So I've seen just melees. The best one I saw was when at that time they were the University of Southern Colorado, USC.
Pueblo.
Yeah, no, now they're CSU Pueblo.
Yeah,
right.
They're University of Southern Colorado.
My cousin went there.
Yeah,
their basketball team and a bunch of guys from Fort Carson, a bunch of soldiers got it on, dude. That was I
bet that was a Western.
You know what? It was a pretty evenly matched fight because these basketball players were they come from rough upbringings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the soldiers knew how to fight, so it was. Our bouncers just kind of watched. We just kind of sat back and watched like it was an MMA fight, because they were outside in the parking lot, so not kill each other. We're getting entertainment out of this, But start placing bets.
Don't bring it inside. As long as you're out there, you're good.
It got on real quick, dude. But I've seen some pretty nasty ones. I've seen people get fucked up. You know what I mean?
When I was working at Louis in Goodland, Kansas, we had they were redoing I-70, so all those highway construction workers were coming through town.
Yeah.
And they got into fight with a bunch of custom cutters.
Oh, man, I bet that was Western.
Custom harvesters. So the Louis, the guy that ran the place, he went to the DJ booth and he said, "If you are not fighting, go outside." Dude, we had sheriffs, the city cops, highway patrol, the game and fish department guys showed up. I mean, if you were law enforcement and had a gun, your ass showed up at Louis that night. We closed the bar at like 11:30 or midnight because that place was trashed. We were there till 3 o'clock cleaning up.
There's some guy got his ass clocked by the meter maid in town.
So it was quite the night.
But when you're younger, it's funny. I avoid that situation like the plague now.
Oh yeah.
I don't like going to the bars anymore. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I
you know,
haven't been in a while.
I just don't. I mean, with friends, I will have a beer or whatever. I prefer to be on someone's back porch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Grilling burgers and
yeah, man. I just that bar scene's not my. And God bless you. Go support your local bars. I get that when you're younger, but that's a young man's game, dude. So
when I worked at Louis, the bartender Phil, if he had to come out from behind the bar to help me or the other bouncers,
somebody was getting wrecked.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave. He wouldn't come out from behind the bar unless he had one of those big, heavy ass glass beer pitchers. And I saw him clock more people with one of those things.
Right.
Those don't break too easy either.
I never saw one break. I saw a few
saw
skulls get dented, but
Shooters in town and here in Brush, Colorado, when it was open, there was a girl behind the bar. What was her name? She's a real attractive lady. Anyway,
Tony.
I think it was Tony.
Yeah.
She pulled a cattle prod, like on taser, like, and started.
I think
it was a cattle prod.
It was a hot shot.
A hot
Big
shot.
Yeah,
That's
they're
some
hot
length
shots
to it, man. So
yeah, there's that yellow. It was a yellow handled one, and somebody gave it to her, and she had her kid. They rode bulls or whatever and did that stuff. So she
walked out from behind the bar with it, ready to light somebody's ass up unless they cool their shit. So
fucking hurt.
Oh, I can imagine. So
those son of a bitches will leave a goddamn bruise on your ass. those yellow ones. They had some, they didn't work too good when they're wet, but the thing about it, they stick them fuckers right in your cheek or your lower leg. Oh man, you're jumping. You're saying a bad word because
it's electricity, bud.
We had those when I was a kid, and the thing about them is you can squeeze the trigger or push the button.
Yeah.
But the thing is they have
holds
a
the charge.
in them, and it holds the charge. So even if you're not pushing it, you can still hit it, and it'll zap you. And so I forgot all about that. And I'm dicking around with this thing, and I'm messing around with it, and I just happened to reach up and put my finger across both of the brass prongs. It knocked the shit out of me. I was probably about 12. I yelped.
I always like
one of the yellow ones, or was it one of the...
it was one of those long ones. It was probably about 3 or 4 feet long. It was a big one.
I like watching on
trucker
TikTok.
style.
Yeah.
When they have the cop videos on TikTok, there's always somebody being an asshole, man.
Oh yeah.
The cop's like, seriously, man, get down, put your hands behind your back, or I'm gonna tase you, man. They give them like 17 warnings. It's always going F you pig, blah blah blah. And all of a sudden you're wham! And they fall so comically.
Fucking wooden Indian going.
It's a cartoon. It looks like a cartoonish mountain. And there's like, you son of a... And they're trying to talk. And
It's like everything tenses up.
yeah, the cop walks over and handcuffs. He's like, I told you like 18 times, bro. And they're still like staring at him. Like, I love it. I love it so much.
Never forget that when they did that chick in Walmart. She was out of her damn biscuit, whatever the hell. And like 20, 30 times they're just telling her, I didn't want to tase this big old fat girl, and she's with the damn underwear or something. I don't know what the hell she's doing, being stupid. Kept telling her and hit her, and I mean, she created 3 racks. It was like, and then it was like, put him right behind your back, like, okay, I'm sorry.
There was one dude, he's a big man. He's a big son of a bitch. I saw 2 cops tase him. That dude still kept coming at him. As I was a cop, I'd be like, okay, well, you're getting shot. Okay,
yep.
The taser's not working, so let's see if a shotgun affects you there, Hulk, But yeah, for the most part, it's a guilty pleasure when I watch them. When they get tased, the way they fall, I start laughing uncontrollably every time, but because it's so cartoonish, man. I love it. So, all right. That was
Sheldon Nightmare.
Sheldon Nightmare, yeah. I like that, John. That's funny, man. That's I'll go bar stories with you all day, man.
Oh man, it was when we were younger. I mean, shit. We lived down the road, and it was with friends of mine, and they were going to college at CSU and lived there in Severance, and we were always down at Bruce's bar eating nuts. I mean, that was a place to be.
The best nuts in
I haven't been there in a while.
Oh man,
Bruce's at Severance. Oh.
Yeah. Well, last time I was there tonight, we did the comedy show.
Really?
We were doing a benefit for a young man who'd been shot.
Oh yeah,
accidentally cleaning his gun, but it paralyzed him.
I thought his brother or cousin was.
Maybe you're right.
He was accidentally shot while they were cleaning guns by a relative.
It was innocent. One of the comics shows up with
It was Alex Ash.
Alex Ash. What was he wearing?
He was wearing a shirt, and he comes in. And he has this like zip up jacket on, and he unzips his jacket, takes his jacket off, and his shirt had a gun on it that said, "Guns don't shoot people, assholes do."
Yeah, that's right.
That's fitting for a benefit for somebody to get shot,
dude,
but
he
he
didn't
didn't
know.
know.
He had no
He had
idea.
no idea. I bet he was like,
He was all right back up.
After my mom came home, she's like, Lawrence Anthony. I'm like, I didn't do anything to deserve the both names, right? So
Yeah, no,
she was
yeah,
like, Lawrence
wasn't my
Anthony,
fault.
your comic is wearing a shirt. And she told me, I go, what? I go, Adam, go tell Alex.
she about
that."
ready to bring out the hand.
She was
she?
fucking furious.
Yeah.
She's very close to the family. We both, they're very close.
Yes.
Their family to us. I'll tell you who it is later. But
Yeah.
but she was like, if they see that, they're gonna be pissed off. Like, he didn't know, Mom. He's
Yeah.
Because it was one of those. It was Steve Young was the other comic, right? And
I think so. I think
and
you're
Steve
right.
just we like if you have another comic you want to bring, so he called Alex. I was like, hell yeah, I'll go do it. And so I went over and I was all, hey, dude. I go, this benefits for a guy that got shot by like a family member while they were cleaning their guns, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" Zip his coat back up.
Sweating like a big dog.
Oh,
This
I
is
bet
like
he
July, dude.
Hopefully that. I mean, he's just.
Yeah, Alex Ash is great.
I need water.
Oh, Alex Ash, dude. All right, we got one more story. NJC party, Jim's tree friend.
Yeah, this one starts off. We were up there. I was going to school, and buddy Paul Chard was there at the party. And
What's up, Paul?
Jim was up there, bub. And anyway, we're having fun and go to this. I was friends with a lot of the guys on the rodeo team. One guy in particular is Bill Dermody. He's down in Penrose now. What's up, Bill?
What's his name?
And Bill Dermody.
Is he alive?
Oh yeah.
What's up, Bill Dermody?
This guy, I don't know how he still is, but he's one tough sucker. But he graduated from NJC. He went up to Cheyenne and won the bull riding. That's how good an athlete he was. And anyway, him and Toad and another guy had this house over by the fairgrounds, kind of in between the fairgrounds and college. And it was a party spot. So we go over there, and Toad's got a big old 1-ton dually in the driveway. We show up, and we're inside drinking, and I mean, there's people in the backyard, there's people in the house, there's people all over this shitting thing. Well, Logan County's finest. They're pretty, I think they're happy then, breaking crap up. Well, we weren't out of hand. We weren't raising Cain or nothing, no loud music. We were just drinking beer. So, they're all about busting up college parties. Well, kids want to have fun too. So we're in there drinking, having a lot of fun, and Paul and Jim are in the back, and I'm talking to a bunch of guys in the front of the house. Well, all of a sudden, it's like DEFCON 5. I mean, we got 3 guys break in the front door. There's shitting guys coming in the alley over the freaking fence. I run around the door, go out the front door. These bastards just came in. So I bail up underneath this 1-ton truck on the axles, and I'm praying to God Toad ain't freaking doing the same thing I'm doing. Well, I look up, and Toad's on the front axle. I don't know how the hell he got his big butt up there, but he was on there anyway, and we're hiding out. Well, these guys leave, and Paul and Jim are in the back. Well, Jim and Paul, they take off hauling ass down the alley, try to get down the alleyway. Well, Jim bails under this freaking tree. Well, another gal, I'm not going to say her name. She was, yeah, she didn't mess with this girl. She'd go bear hunting with a switch, probably kill the bear. But this girl, she's underneath the tree, and Jim, he's about as unconfrontational as anybody. He just, pretty mild. He's having fun, up there with us, and he bails under there, and this girl goes to kicking the shit out of Jim, and he's like, she goes, "This is my fucking tree," and this is coming from Paul. She's kicking the shit out of Jim, and Jim's like, God, he's trying to get underneath this, and it's a big old evergreen tree, and it's all coming over the top, and she's like, "Shut the hell up!" And this is coming from Paul, because Paul's outside the tree, falling on his damn head, laughing because this girl's kicking the shit out of Jim. Trying to get it. Jim's trying to get under her. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get DUI, blah blah, whatever." And yeah, you had to hear about it firsthand to appreciate it. It was still funnier and shit, because you just imagine my brother, Jim,
Yeah.
and
Jim is mellow. He's super mellow too.
He's mellow. He's one of them guys. If you give him enough liquor, though, now He's funnier than shit, and he gets wound up, and that's what he needs. I wish he'd do that shit more often, but it's how mild Jim was, and compared to what he is now. But we were up in Greeley. Well, they had the dugout up underneath by the King Supers up, on the east end of Greeley, the old nightclub that was down there, and they used to do comedy and stuff.
The Down Under, yeah.
Down Under, Down Under, whatever it was. We went in there one night, and I hadn't been in there but once, I think, and it was like a year before. And Jim's like, let's go Down Under. I'm like, all right. So go there. Well, Jim had been drinking the big mugs that they had in there, the frosty mugs. I don't know how many of them damn things he drank. Apparently enough, because he was heckling the shit out of the damn comic, and he was making this guy just mad. And finally he says, you want to get up and do it? Jim gets up and starts doing his own little damn dance about comedy, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? This isn't my brother.
Yeah.
What the hell? That wasn't my brother.
What's in that mug?
Yeah, what's in the mug? But yeah, that's how mild and meek my brother was, except liquid courage, but he was that's fucking hilarious. No, he finally, because Paul was our ride, he just this night started off as a bang, though. I should have started off at the beginning of the night, but we lived in Hillrose, right next to the old Methodist church, and Paul he had a V6, like slow slant 6, and his dad's old pickup that he had was a 3-speed on the column. So he went and put a 351 in that thing with 4-speed blackjack headers. And I mean, this thing was an old F100. This thing could get down the road pretty good. Well, anyway, we'd got back from our family vacation, because this was after we graduated. So we got a whole bunch of Henry Weinhardt's beer and stuff. We got back on the West Coast, and
you kid him,
this was, I know, buddy. And it was, it was good tasting beer, but we were young. We didn't give a shit. It was wet and tasted like beer. We were drinking it.
Yeah, I get it.
Jim, we got the stogies rolling, and Jim's in the back seat, or he's next to me. I'm in the middle, and Paul hits out by the old elevator going the other side of the place in Hillrose.
Yeah.
And I mean, banks this sucker in second gear and just all the way down Highway 6, probably about 30 yards. Well, Paul wasn't looking over by the elevator on the other side. There was no County Mountie on the other side.
Oh, no.
Well, anyway, he gets behind us, and we beat him all the way to 36 from Hillrose. This guy'd catch us on the corners, but we'd beat him on straightaways. It was pretty good. And I mean, for a half-ton Ford pickup and you're smoking a cop car, we're doing pretty good. And Paul's like, where's the road? Where's the road? We're going to hit a county road and just dust him out and haul ass.
Dust him out.
Yeah. And,
okay, Batman.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Well, anyway, we didn't hit it. Paul's like, fuck it. So he pulls over. We got the smokes rolling. The beers are at our feet, kicked up underneath the deal. Man, what the hell you got in this? I think the guy was so embarrassed because we were after Washington County sign. He goes, just hold it to 65.
Nice.
And he goes, I'm impressed. And never give us a ticket. Give Paul a ticket. But that's how the night started off. And I don't know how fast he was going, but it was well over 100, I guess, what the cop was saying. But yeah, it was a hell of a night. It was pretty good.
I got pulled over in a Budweiser truck for 5 miles once. Remember that?
Ooh.
We were going to Holyoke, and we drove through. Was it Otis? Yeah, it was. Haxton. We drove through Haxton, and the cop tried to pull us over, and I wasn't paying attention. And I'm just cruising down the road.
I do remember
and
that.
you were pretty new back then. You go, hey, Larry, I think we're being pulled over. And I look like, oh shit! So I'm like 5 miles past Haxton when this guy finally pulls me over.
When was that?
Oh shit, 2004. Yeah. 2005.
Yeah.
Somewhere there. Yeah. So I pull over. Guy's like, he was always like, did you not see my lights? I go, no. You got to look in your rearview mirrors. He's like, He's like, like lecturing me. Remember that? And I was like, okay, kind of knowing like we're in a different town right now, dude. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna fucking do.
He was a city cop 5 miles from town.
He was gonna give up on it, though, man. I'm just like telling Adam, yeah, so blah 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 blah, impress, blah 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 blah. My mouth is doing this all the time, and I was like, I think you're being pulled over, guy.
Is that one of those old 10-speed?
Yeah.
The International, the day cab.
Hard to break the sound barrier in them son of a bitches anyway.
Our shit was like governed at like, I know the one I drove back and forth to Sterling was 68. That sucked.
Yeah, but when you're going through Haxton, it goes down to 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I didn't slow down. I just went through it at the 65 miles an hour. Yeah. And that's what they look for. They try and make you like a speed trap. And I just.
Oh, yeah. Haxton's pretty good at it. They got the Barney Fifes and the Roscoe Pico trains there.
Well, we know you only got one bullet and there's two of us, assholes. So it's Budweiser roulette today,
You bet.
Yeah, that bull's not going to get through one of us to get the other, so.
Yeah.
And look at us. It's only going to get
He's
halfway
like,
through
that's
one of
why
us.
he was like, oh shit.
just slow down.
Dude comes up there like old Barney Fife.
Yeah.
Looking,
so.
okay.
That was the wonderful part about Budweiser. It's like, what's it going to cost you out of this? 12-pack case? How much you want there, guy,
Yeah, we got the first bin there. Open that some bitch up and get what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's like you almost worked there, John. So anyway.
Oh, I did. You
work for Budweiser?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Here in Morgan?
Nope.
Oh.
Up in Greeley. And I went and worked in Greeley and worked in Fort Collins, too.
Maybe for Jerry. He used to work for Jerry.
Yep. Old Foghorn.
Helgeson? Yeah.
Yep. Like the heck out of that guy. He's pretty cool.
He was a good dude, man.
Yep.
Pretty nice guy. He was very patient, man. Very patient.
I slung a lot of. I think I was just more. They were wanting guys to go, but I think I was just hired labor, pretty much, because that was like spring and summer, and college town, Fort Collins, and then Greeley, and Jesus Christ, we'd get them bears. J.B. Watley, I'd ride with him, and that's all I'd do is sling cases off them dang things, and we were slinging kegs, and oh yeah.
That's a young man's game. No way to do it nowadays, man. That's
the first time I jerked my shoulder out of place.
Oh, yeah.
Had one of them rubber gloves on and the old tin top flipping kegs, not the round boogers, but snagged my damn. And I had the crash pad out there instead of just letting the damn thing drop.
Crash pad?
Yeah, the rubber flipping mats. Because
is that what those were?
Yeah.
I saw them in that finger, babe, but I didn't know what.
Yeah. Well, this guy, he'd always throw a fit. If, we got dents in the parking lot. And it's like, it's making you money on the inside, so who gives a shit?
Oh, man.
Taking one off the top, and, you got them 3 high in that bay. Couldn't take it off. Fucking glove didn't let go, and it held on to the tin on the side. It had a little jagged edge, and it hit the ground off that rubber and goes, and popped my damn arm out.
So
that hurt like hell.
For those of you at home, where there's 3 high, you're supposed to turn it up and then push it against, work it down gradually, right? That's the correct way to do it.
Yeah,
Rick Payne, we were delivering it at the old Delgado's, the bar.
The surf.
And Rick goes over our boss, Rick Bain, I'll rat you out. You don't give a shit nowadays. He walks up there, grabs it, just starts throwing him down on the concrete. Ding, 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 ding. The caps are popping off. He's like, go get that cap. Put it back on there. He's like, make sure these go on the, don't let him tap one of these first. Like, what would you think, So, that whole
I
Sterling.
like when you take it off, and you hit the ground, and that top go, and.
Man, fuck kegs.
Those things sucked.
Oh, horrible. There's that in the corner bar back in the day. And there was an old lady that talked like this the whole time. She was been smoking since she was 3 years old or whatever. And I'd go in there. First time I went in there, I was with Mark Rudel. He's going to be mad. I keep telling these stories.
Yeah.
And Mark's like, watch this.
He'll get over it.
He started hitting on her. He go, I heard it was like Gladys, or was that it?
I don't think I read her.
Hey, Gladys. You see, we go back in the alley, and I give you some of the good stuff. She's like, "Oh, Sparky," and I was like, "Yeah, Sparky." And he would keep it up. He wouldn't stop. He would not give it on the gag, right? So, but she would give Sparky whatever he wanted. He didn't give a shit. I want to order 10 cases of this. I don't care, Sparky. Whatever you want, Sparky. I was in there cleaning lines one day. She was, could you tap a new keg in here? And I go, yeah, I'll go grab one. So I grab a fresh keg and clean line tapping. This dude, Bandana Brian,
Yeah.
comes up with, he's like, you owe me a beer. So I don't know you shit. He's like, that's my job to be fixing the kegs around here. You understand? Poking me in the chest. I'm like, I don't know what kind of backwoods town this is, all right? Or you inbred cousin humpers. But listen, man, I'll buy you $1.25 beer. That's the big deal, you know? Bandana Brian.
Yeah, he drank the shit out of Budweiser 22s. And then he passed away, and the 22s, the Budweiser 22 sales went to shit. And
That guy was a consumer.
Mike was like, ask Greg, why aren't you selling 22s anymore? Greg's like, because Bandana Brian died. He's the only one that would drink them. But I'd take 3 or 4 cases in there a week.
Oh, man.
Old Degenhart. What was that place? AJ's.
AJ's, yeah.
They had a guy that drank Michelob Light 3.2. And whatever, man. The guy drank the shit out of it. So any 3.2 Michelob Light went to AJ's, man. That dude got kicked out or something. He got in a fight with Degenhart. And I remember, man, I was like, hey, you still sit on the same case as the Michelob Light. That guy die or something? We kicked him out. I want to be like, well, tell me where the fuck he's going now.
Yeah.
Where bar he's frequenting. Because he's got to get rid of some beer for me. That's what's going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
All right. What did you think about that one, Vogue?
That was a good one. I liked it.
You know what? I like it because you always tell a good friend by how they treat you, how they insult you.
Yeah.
Good friends will love you. They'll promote you. You know what I mean? They always. But if you're gonna get your ass kicked by a woman, they're gonna laugh, point, and egg it on. That's a good friend. You know?
And then let you not forget about it for a while.
Yeah.
But you never forget about it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
No, I think about every time Paul sees Jim, which, you know, he doesn't see him very much. Paul's a busy man, and Jim's busy. He lives down in Highlands Ranch. He does his own deal, and every time he's seen him, he has to bring that crap up. And I mean, Jim, he'll turn, oh God, yeah, he was nasty, you know. And
Jim, remember when that thick bitch knocked you out? That's right. That was her tree. So, all right, John.
Yeah.
So, when Adam and I try and guess, we rock paper scissors to see who has to guess first. How do you rock paper scissors, John?
I do it the normal way. I guess. Hell, I don't know.
Okay, you and I do it right now. Ready? Right. Okay. So
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, 3 pumper. That's right.
Okay.
Some people go rock paper scissors shoot.
Oh, okay.
I go boom boom boom. See, he does it the right way.
Yeah, I don't do that ad-libbing stuff.
You'd be surprised how down the fucking middle this is. Not last year. I think last year the 4 pumpers kicked our ass. But
I was watching some show just the other day, and they were doing rock, paper, scissors, and they 4-pumped. I damn near recorded it, and sent it to you.
Tacoma FD, they do it in there, and they 3 pump. I almost did the same thing to you. The firefighters, they do the 3, and I go, that's the right way, you know? First responders.
I grew up doing.
That's how I think
First responders don't have time for that 4 pump.
We must be normal in brush.
What's that?
We must be normal doers in brush.
Well, let's not say that shit. So, all right, gonna 3 pump it. Ready?
All right.
Damn it, I thought. All right, we have NJC Party, Jim's Tree Friend, Ex Saloon Chuck, and Sheldon Nightmare. John, I think NJC. And don't answer yet. We will talk. NJC Party with Jim's Tree Friend, I think, is a true story because you brought it up earlier, basically. But it's a fun story, so if it's not true, I'll be upset. I think Ex Saloon Chuck is also a true story. I had a lot of detail with that, and that seemed to be a good memory when you told it. You know, it's the warm cockles of your heart. Sheldon's Nightmare. You told it well. It was great. You told the story well, but it just seemed like you didn't have the passion you did for the other 3. So I'm gonna go with Sheldon's Nightmare.
Okay, so you're going Sheldon Nightmare. I'm with you. I think the NJC Party thing was a true story. Mainly because you started telling the story and then you're like, wait, well, I should have started with, and you backed up and added to the front of the story.
That's a good point.
So I think that one's true. Sheldon Nightmare, I think, is also a true story. I'm going to go with Ex Saloon Chuck, just because of, I think that, like, you could have embellished a little bit in there, like the one dude drinking 2 liters of vodka and still living.
You know, you're probably right.
So,
you say that, but,
he may well have, but I just think that you added a few little things in there to just throw it off and not make it true.
All right. So you're going to go Ex Saloon Chuck. I'm going to go Sheldon Nightmare. Before you flip that over, I want to say thank you to the Brush Emporium. Thank you for giving us the space to have the podcast. They're very generous people here. They've been amazing about letting us do this down here. They give us no trouble whatsoever. Come down and eat the pizza. Have you eat here yet, John?
Oh, yes.
You
Wonderful pizza. Yep.
Just had some today. We're cleaning out my basement, so I went and got a pizza for me and Uncle Ed. And man, it is good pizza.
Yep.
It's nice, that nice doughy crust. I love it, man. It's so good.
Reminds me of old Shakey's Pizza almost.
Oh, yeah. No, this is way better. And they just pile on the toppings, and it's a nice thick pizza. You get a good pizza for the money.
Yep.
They have wings, pasta, frozen yogurt, ice cream.
I had breadsticks tonight, or pretzel sticks tonight.
They're awesome, man.
Those things are good.
What'd you dip them in?
The queso.
The queso, you like that one? Yeah, that's your go-to.
Queso, yeah.
They got a lot of cool stuff. They also have a lot of vendors here, local people doing local cool stuff. If you need a unique gift, come down to Brush Emporium, see what they got. They got a lot of cool stuff up there. And it's all handmade, homemade stuff from local people. You know, you're supporting your local people. You can go on Amazon and look for all the... you can find some great stuff on Amazon. Try something local that someone put heart into, man. You know, and they give these people all a great deal to come sell their wares. They give them a place to showcase their stuff. So, very cool. Please make sure you support them. 210 Clayton Street here in Brush, Colorado. The Brush Emporium and Pizzaporium. So, thank you guys, and come check us out. So, all right. Now that I got my horn done.
Yeah.
Let's see your board, man.
Okay. Ta-da.
Sheldon Nightmare. What's not true about that one?
What's not true about that one was where I hit my head.
Oh.
The rest of it was true.
On the pool table.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. You know, I got to be honest.
I hit the floor and it hit my head.
Had he picked first, I'd have agreed with you on the Excellent Chuck. As you start saying those things, like, shit, that's probably right. So, Excellent Chuck is a true story.
Mm-hmm. It is.
2 liters of vodka.
That dude, I'm not shitting you. This dude was Gumby.
It can happen.
This dude was, I don't know where the hell it went. Somewhere. It had 2-ton feet. I
can call him out, I guess, because he's passed. But Greg Burkholder from Elm Street Liquor in Sterling, I've never seen anybody drink tequila like that in my life. Have you?
No.
I mean, it was impressive how he would drink tequila. I mean, like it didn't affect him. Like there's something in tequila just didn't jive. Yeah. Nuts, dude.
There was one day I was delivered there. I went back to the cooler and grabbed a Dr. Pepper. Can of Dr. Pepper, opened up. Had it sitting on the counter. Fucking Sparky was in there talking to Burkholder. And I was outside doing something. I come in and I grab my Dr. Pepper. The little bastards had taken a white yummy, which is the white tequila.
Sour tequila, yeah.
And poured that shooter in my Dr. Pepper while I was outside. I picked it up, I was like, what the fuck? I took a drink. Tell you the truth, Dr. Pepper tequila is actually pretty good.
Not too bad.
So,
they call that the tequila fucker, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty good in Crown, too.
This guy, we take him to the Budweiser Event Center. And they had the suite, because Budweiser gave us the suite name again for Colorado Avalanche, whatever. Me, him, Rick Bain, Mike Carrillo, and I think Ralphie was there. He goes down to the bar, that Champion's Bar, and buys a bottle of tequila, like the expensive one, right? And they charge you about whatever the shot is. If there's like 30 shots, it's 30 times 11 or whatever the hell the shots are there. Brings it back to the suite, and Roger Harvey's in charge back then, right?
Oh.
And Roger Harvey sees that. He looks at Rick. He's like, "You're in charge. What are you doing? This is on you." And he leaves. He goes home. And so we proceed to polish that bottle of tequila off. I say us. Burkholder had the most of it. Now, going home, I don't remember why we were going through Eaton to get home, but I remember...
less cops.
Yeah. Probably was. Well, Carrillo was driving, so Carrillo didn't drink. Very rarely did he drink, you know.
Huh.
But I remember pulling over in somebody's house. I'm peeing on their front yard. And I remember Burkholder laughing at me and talking, but he's speaking clear English. No, clear English. Like, this guy's not drunk at all. And I'm like... And Burkholder's like... "Larry, please hurry up and get your urination done." I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. You should be dead. But I've never seen anybody drink tequila like that in my life, dude.
That's my fan of the world is tequila. I love that shit. But
you're out of your mind.
I love it.
When Ryan introduced me to Greg when I first started, he saw Greg, or he goes, "This is Adam, our new relief driver. Adam, this is the devil."
Burkholder was awesome. He was a great dude, man. But he could drink, man. Jeez. I've met some power drinkers in my life. You know, I consider myself above board there for many years, dude. But there's some guys I just couldn't keep up with. And
this guy, he'd do that the next day. He'd do it every night. Yeah. Not maybe 2, but he'd have at least 1 or.
Well, that's why
whatever.
He had the tolerance he did.
He'd come in to shooting school stone ass sober. I mean, just not reeking of nothing, and I mean, you just go right to it.
That's why you drink vodka.
Oof.
Couldn't smell it as hard.
How the hell he did that? But
Even better yet, NJC party, Jim's tree friend is a true story.
yeah. Yeah, you see Paul, you ask him about Jim's tree friend.
Okay.
Man, it's funnier than shit. Because I didn't see it. I just heard it verbatim from Paul. But all I could hear from Jim was, yeah, she was a big bitch.
She's
Kicked the shit out of
she's a thickin'. Yeah.
The bear killer.
Jim, he's trying to, I could just see it. Jim trying to get under the tree. My fucking tree.
She starts hitting him.
Kicking the shit out of him.
He's just glad he goes to jail instead of fight this chick.
Yeah.
And, he's not into the boss fight. He's just going to go get arrested. I get it.
It's like, take me.
Take
I
me.
just got the shit beat out of me by the Amazon woman.
The cops would take him instead of her because she probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. John, hey, did you have a good time, buddy?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on,
It was
man.
pretty awesome.
There's a lot of people want to ask, and I thought, John Hastings, I just got to get to the point where I remember to ask, So you came on for our Halloween special. So, yeah. It was
And you even thought that one was BS. It wasn't BS.
Which one?
I can't remember. The one that, about the spook down there touched my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Oh, there's a lot of crazy ones.
I'll introduce you to the lady on Facebook right here to tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you, we're doing some holiday ones this year. The next one coming up is St. Patty's Day drunk stories. So, get a hold of me if you got a drunk story. We'd love to hear it. We're going to do it at the Queen Lounge.
Comes out as green as your sign there. It's
buddy.
usually pretty good.
But I'll tell you what, this is one where I can go tick for tack with almost anybody. Like, if you've done it drunk, I probably at least attempted to do it drunk. So,
So if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a little subscribe button. You click on that.
I almost forgot again.
Yeah, I know, right?
Almost.
So just go ahead and click that. You'll get notifications when there's new episodes that come out. It's a small click for you, but a big click for us.
That's right, right bottom hand corner. And if you're listening to this on any platform, Stitcher, iTunes, whatever, iHeartRadio, whatever, please make sure you follow. Send us
Leave a comment. Tell us who you think or which one you think it was.
And have some cojones and tell us which story you thought was bullshit, right?
Right.
Put it in the comments below. I always like when people do it. Like Susan Koser. What's up, OG Susan Koser? It's always fun to see people guess. You know what I mean? When they're guessing at home. My mom watches these.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mary.
Yeah. Oh, dude. You were pretty vanilla to the shit she's heard so far,
Yeah,
man.
I imagine.
She's probably pretty.
I've always thought she thought I was kind of normal, but she probably knows better.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think she knows better. Yeah,
she does.
I'm sure she prays for me a lot after these podcasts. So, anyway, John, thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Thanks again, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
It was awesome to see you and awesome to have you, bro. Hey, I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
Maybe we catch you next time. Peace.